Everybody, Scratch Off Ticket Man here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We got our tickets for today. Hopefully, one of them is a ticket to getting out of crippling debt. We got Crossword Top Prize 50 grand. Then we got Gaga 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 Jaws. Who will be next? Top prize $100,000. That sounds fantastic. Let's get started. So, did anyone actually call Steve Miller the gangster of love? Or did he just kind of come up with that himself? It's one of those things where I'm always wondering, is that if someone did call him the gangster of love, did he come up with it himself? Or did someone else say that? Was someone else in the room that's like, Steve, you're totally like the gangster of love. Or if he was in a conversation with somebody and they're like, why is that, Steve? And Steve's like, because I'm the gangster of love. Just wondering. I always wonder about nicknames, a lot of nicknames, if people come up with them themselves, of other people kind of like give them the name. I think in order to get like a legit nickname, you gotta get like someone's gotta give it to you. It's like being knighted. It's like you need somebody else to kind of bring that to the table and be like, oh, I nominate you this name, and then you're gonna have that name for a bit. Hopefully for a long time, actually, because that good nickname should stick for a while. Hopefully bad nicknames don't stick very long. But then again, some of these nicknames is like they're like working names. Like Sting, the wrestler, or Sting, the musician, or Bono, the singer. Like, did they come up with this, or did someone give him that? The Edge. Do you just show up at rehearsal one day and you're like, I don't know what Edge's like real name is, but like, hey Steve, like how's it going? He's like, guys, I kind of want to go by the Edge. Like, can I go by the? Can you guys just start calling me like the Edge? You're like, yeah, sure, that's fine, Edge. He's like, no, like the Edge, like the Edge, like the edge of the cliff. Not just edge of the cliff, like the edge. I think that'd be pretty good. Speaking of singers, yesterday announced new lead singer, I guess not new lead singer, but just new singer for the band Linkin Park. Just passed away a few years ago, and the band's kind of been on hiatus since then, understandably. But there was some rumors, rolling around the last couple of weeks that a new singer would be announced. So people started speculating, and there was an announcement and this is why I thought it was pretty good because there was an announcement coming up for Sum 41 singer Derek Whibley. And then an Oasis announcement was coming up, and just a whole bunch of rumor mill was going. And then it finally got to the point where the lead singer for Sum 41, Derek Whibley, had to put a press release out saying that, no, I know there's been a lot of rumors lately, but no, in fact, he's not joining Oasis. I thought that was pretty funny. But anyways, there's a lot of rumors that he would be joining as lead singer of, just new singer. Because I guess there's multiple singers. So there's still Testo and Mike Shinoda. But just the idea that, he was not joining, Linkin Park. That being said, like, I could totally hear Derek Whibley's voice on, like, Linkin Park. And, okay, I'm just going to say this just in case anyone watching these videos is just like, yeah, but he's not Chester. Not Chester. And it's like, well, no. There's a lot of times when like there's singers or just people in bands where like, you know what, you can't just swap somebody out. They're not bass players. Sorry, any bass players. I was just making a bass player joke. But just the idea where like, yeah, you don't want to just swap people out, especially someone with like an iconic voice, especially for, the generation. A lot of those songs, like you know that voice, but at the same time, like, I don't think it's fair to just automatically kind of poo-poo on anybody and just like, well, it doesn't matter. They're not them. You know, he's not him. It's like, okay, well, the band might still want to do something. It's been time. They've been mourning. They've been dealing with the stages of their grief. Losing their friend and a bandmate and stuff like that. It's one of those things too. Like I can only imagine. Like these people probably spend a lot of time together, when they're making music and stuff like that, and especially a lot of time. I can only imagine how close people actually get if they're touring together, especially like the idea, like the idea that a lot of people are like, oh, these bands like they got live these like luxurious lifestyles and stuff like that, and it's like the idea of a tour bus sounds awful. The idea, imagine you're done work for the day, and then you go. you go on a bus with your coworkers, and you might be thinking like, "Oh, they're my best friends, like, it's be pretty good." But you know what's awesome? The end of the day, you get to go home, and you get to have space for yourself, and you get to kinda, unwind a little bit, and you kinda like, you get time away from work, and just the idea of touring, it just sounds like you're at work 24/7, uh, if you're doing stuff, and then, like, imagine living on a bus with, like, who knows how many other people, like, even if it's just, like, 5 people plus the bus driver, 'cause I doubt these bands are driving their own buses. But just the idea, like, you're kinda there all the time, and some people be like, "Oh, this is probably amazing." But it's probably amazing until it isn't, not, because it's always gonna be times where people, they need space, or they got stuff going on in their life, or they just need some downtime or something like that. It's like, they just that part sounds terrible, but back with the idea, like, the band's been away for a few years just kinda, dealing with things, but if they wanna get back out playing and they find someone else who's, again, not replacing Chester, but just someone else that's a good fit for the band so they can go and make music and, go play for the fans and stuff like that. So, like, reading some of the comments today, because I was curious, because like, as soon as you change the singer, everyone freaks out with bands. They're like, "Oh, you should just change the name." It's like, "Okay." You know how hard it would probably be to rebrand everything and get awareness out? You go on, like, Spotify or something, and it's like, "Okay, we're just gonna start a new band account here, and, we're probably in our mid-40s by now," or something like that. Like, "We're just gonna start a new band. Okay, this is a good idea, everybody. This is a good idea." But no, it's just the idea where they find someone that's a good fit for what's going on, and they can get out playing again. I think that's pretty good. I think that's good for everybody. All right, I meant to stop before the last letter there to see what it's probably gonna be. We got lab. We could have used a lot on this one actually. I probably missed a whole bunch of letters as I was just jabbing away there, but definitely could have used an I. We could have used an N. There's a few in this one. This was an okay scratch, but I would probably rate the scratch I give it like a 6 out of 10. Yesterday's scratch was awesome. It was a good fun scratch there. But yeah, I think we just got that. We just got lab on this one. Moving on to Jaws. Don't know who will be next. Anyways, they announced the singer. I can't remember her name, but I do remember she's from a band called Dead Sarah, which I thought was interesting. But, yeah, there's the idea, like, I don't know her voice, I didn't listen to the song that came out today, but just the idea, like, I can hear a female vocal, Lizzie Hale as well, there was rumors about Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm, which I still think is awesome, Lizzie Hale and the band is called Hailstorm, but just the idea where I can hear a female vocal kinda picking up some of the vocal stylings of Chester there, and it probably sound pretty good. But also just something that's kind of like it's unique. It's its own thing. It's not someone that's just trying to sound the same. I remember when Alice in Chains announced their new singer. Um, I can't never pronounce his name. Lane Staley. When they announced that, and like he sounds just like him, but like with the way that the harmonies were in that band, like you kind of had to sound just like him, or it wasn't gonna work. I thought we got 216s. I was like, okay, that's kind of lazy, kind of a lazy shot. But just there's several things there. It's the idea where they pick somebody else they think is a good fit. It allows them to go tour. The band photos look great. The band sounds like it's energized. Also, I do believe representation matters, and the idea where like again, it probably sounds weird because it shouldn't be weird, but just normalizing, women in these big rock bands, like there's nothing wrong with that because it definitely seems like it's been a bit of a boys' club for a very long time. So there's kind of Incubus. They're when they found a new bass player, they found a female bass player, and they brought it out and just make it known, make it a bit of a thing. So it's all good for everybody. All right, we got 49, 45, 20, 27, 14. Okay, 49, not seeing it. 45, not seeing it. Got a neighbor there. 20, not seeing it. 27, not seeing it. And finishing off the week, it's Friday. Not seeing it. All right, the bottom here. I know. I do wish the best. We got Twee, we got Boat. We're out of the water already, and we got Umbrella. Nothing on this one, and in the bottom of this. So. Yeah, no. Hopefully, it does breathe some life into the band so they can get back out playing and just enjoy stuff. It was I can't remember the exact quote, but it's like what was it? What's the quote? I can't remember the quote. I was seeing if it was still sitting here because I copied it. I was like, that's a really good quote. But something like life is a great amount of little moments and a little amount of great moments. And it hit me. It's like, yeah, like life really is really about experiences, and people forget about that. Oh, they were talking about ticket prices, and the idea was the Oasis ticket prices and how expensive they were. And a person was talking about how they spent like $1,000 on tickets for something, and then but the idea is like it took them like 2 years to pay off the tickets because they put tickets on the credit card. But the idea is like they don't remember paying off the credit card; they just remember the show. And it's like, yeah, there's definitely times to pick your spots, and that's coming from me. There's definitely times to pick your spots where you will go into debt for an experience. But like, I'm just gonna say it. If you go to that concert and then the next day you step off a curb and get hit by a bus and that's it, I think you still remember the experience more than being like, oh, I have so much debt to pay off on my credit card and I'm dead now. Oh, I need something to do. But it's like you probably don't care that much. Let's be honest here, how life actually works. So just the idea where like, the band, the experiences them out touring. People can complain about the new singer for Linkin Park, but it's like you're not gonna go to the show. And if you're gonna go to a show and complain, A, you're a jerk, and B, you're a bit of an idiot that you spent money on something you're just gonna go complain about. But the idea, like everybody involved there, fans included, they're gonna go to these shows and they're gonna have an amazing time. And they're part gonna go and celebrate the songs of Linkin Park, but also it's another way that they can kind of show respect and celebrate, life with Chester as well. Just to shut something down completely just because they're just like, oh, well, he's not here, so that it should be an own different, new thing. It's like I think that's up to the band and the band members to decide, but also at the same time, I think it's kind of the greatest sign of respect to find a way to move forward with it. I think anybody in Chester's position would prefer that to see their bandmates or their brothers and sisters and the family around it, because it's not just the band but it's the infrastructure around the band as well. I imagine everybody wants to move forward and find a way to move forward. So, anyways, and the rant on that, we got Wing, we got Rockstar sunglasses, we got Key. Are we gonna finish Friday with the ring? We're gonna get the coffee. Okay, well, coffee's pretty good right now, too. So, we just got Lab on this one, and we got nothing on Jaws. Okay, well, we got an anchor this week. That was pretty good. That was probably the highlight of the week. $8 a day, $40 on the week. We got an anchor, and I think we got $3 on one card, so I think we might be minus 17 on the week. That's okay. Hope everyone had a fantastic week and has a good Friday. And I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. And yeah, I'll see everybody on Monday. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. See you in the next one. Good luck at that.